I feel like a dusty old head that still listens to Ghostman and Suicide Boys.
Neopunk FM.
So I know, Finn, your background is more in punk and metal, less so much.
Lies. I've been listening to rap since 1987.
Tell me then, what sort of rap are you familiar with?
My favorite current artist is Rod Wave.
Broke my heart so many times.
I'm already crying. I've been moved to tears. Is the rapper you're gonna introduce me to a Playboi Carti clone?
Who's like a Playboi Carti clone to you?
Well, maybe not a clone, but I mean like Destroy Lonely is one.
No status.
Maybe not a clone.
Finn, do you know what a Twizzy is?
No.
A
Is this
Tonka?
related to Riz?
A Bonka? Pissy Yoinky? Lacranky
this-
Yerky?
I-
Schminky
no.
Dinky?
What? No,
and we
wait,
actually,
guys,
we
wait.
just added this one. 'cause we thought it was
Wait a
cool.
minute. Slow down. I'm feeling overwhelmed already.
I'm gonna relieve you a bit of your stress and anxiety right now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So none of these things are made up gibberish, believe it or not. This is actually a new language that's being invented by a rapper whose album just hit #1 on the Billboard.
In the rap charts.
Yes, in the rap charts.
Wow.
He's a pretty big deal right now, and his name is Yeat.
I don't know a lot about him. I know that he is real popular with the kids. I know he came up relatively recently, and that's about it.
If you don't know what a pissy yoinky is, then we're gonna have to do a bit more explaining, though. He's really into turbans. He adds the bells. He drives around in GLE Tonkas, and so he's a rapper who is really into flumes and Sour Patch Kids.
Actually, John, not a rapper, an innovator.
Yeat is an innovator that eats 12 bowls of Frosted Flakes a day, or so he claims on his interviews. So Yeat has a very original, unique, and kind of peculiar aesthetic. So I think the best way to give you an example of really what a Yeat aesthetic looks like is we just made one ourselves.
I want to pre-save your new single.
Thank you.
When should I start dressing like this?
We actually knew that you were going to ask that, which is why we made one for you.
Wow, there we go.
Right.
See, you guys were, as always, you guys were ahead of the curve. I said before, you guys are the best in the game. This right here is just proof that I was right.
Yeah, you know, we got a bit of that elixir as well of a yerky perky there for you. Now, we've talked a lot about the aesthetic, but we haven't really talked about the sound too much. But you'd think that's pretty important to know an artist by their sound and less so their aesthetic.
But is it? Is it?
Well, let's find out. So this is a really popular Yeat song right here. A lot of good representation of sound here. So anyway, here's the lyrical analysis. I'm just kidding. We are going to play you his music. This is Get Busy by Yeat.
Tell me, explain to me, I was under the impression that lean isn't cool anymore, but Yeat is making me think that it is, so
it really depends on the brand. So Walk is cool,
Okay.
Tris is out.
So it's like the difference between drinking Mountain Dew and what's the Sierra Mist or whatever the Walmart version is?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, to me, this falls under the category of like Cardi adjacent.
The song was already turned, but here's the bell.
Well, he said the bell was coming, and then he gave us the bell.
So now we can do a deeper lyrical analysis into the kind of content that Yeat is actually producing here.
Yeat plus the 30, what are the M30? Is that what they call those?
That's a perk 30.
Okay.
That lyric that we're referring to there with that infographic was actually in the song you just listened to.
Yes.
On this perk, it got me stupid, I'm a snail.
They'll do that. All my drug addict friends were into stuff before lean was popular. So back in my day, we just did.
Oh, but here we go, old head story.
Right. Back in my day, you just shot heroin. We didn't drink it.
Boy, I'm Pickle Rick.
Okay, I don't. Funko Pop. I don't know what Pickle Rick is.
Pickle Rick, that's a Rick and Morty
Oh,
reference. Okay. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty. I'm Pickle Rick.
So this is an interesting mashup of a few different aspects of Zoomer culture. You know, that you can talk about dorky shit like Rick and Morty, but also talk about perks. And so you can be kind of cool, but a dork at the same time is interesting.
Oh, wait, actually, there's one more part I needed to show you. This one, you just have to listen to.
Is he scatting?
Well, if you didn't get that, don't worry, I can play it for you again.
You may have to play it for me again. I just heard biddly biddly biddly.
Well, so I also made it a looped version as well.
Big body steez of the biz of the big body lamb, but they be better. Big body steez of the biz of the big body lamb, but they be better.
I'm doing the best I can here, but
And this is another song that got big off of TikTok.
Okay.
It's called Sorry About That.
I like that he looks like he is in a mid-2000s deathcore band. Like, he looks like he should be in Despised Icon. I always wonder when they're shooting these things in, a parking garage or next to this fence, what if you were just like, coming home from dinner with your wife and you see some people making a video at the end of your street? You're like, is that Yeat? Are they making a Yeat video in our parking lot?
This is a song off of Yeat's newest album. It's pretty experimental. There's no music video out for it yet, so we're just going to play a Family Guy clip underneath for retention.
It's got a bit of a psychedelic rock.
Some would even say it's like a Deftones influence.
Yeah. I'm a confirmed Deftones hater. Anytime I hear anything shoegaze in any song, that's immediately shoving it into the F tier for me. See, now it almost sounds like something they could play at Macy's or the grocery store.
I consider this to be like a very strong Coldplay influence.
Give it 10 years and they'll play this in trailers for Hallmark movies. This is the uplifting moment when the mother and daughter are reunited after years apart. With their strained relationship. Mistakes were made, but at the end of the day, we're family, and we need to put all that behind us and just hug it out and have a good cry with Yeat in the background.
Piggybacking off of that idea, I think about, 12, 15 years from now, there's going to be Hallmark movies with Ice Spice in them.
Exactly. She could come back from the big city and realize that maybe that big city hustle and bustle lifestyle isn't all it's cracked up to be, and maybe that slow small town life is where it's at.
Or maybe the guy she's dating is a total munch.
Exactly. And it turns out that this gee whiz owner of the general store here in the small town is going to show her that that guy is a munch, and she should be with a nice guy like him.
Yeah, who whips around a Tonka and sells fake perks.
So I know that he has, like you said, he hit #1 on Billboard. I know he's putting up big numbers. It seems to me like he hasn't really penetrated the mainstream consciousness, though. Is that correct?
It's a weird area. It's not like he hasn't been in the mainstream, that he hasn't gotten mainstream attention. He took a picture with Drake that really launched him into the mainstream. He's been popping off on TikTok for a long time. Yeah. He's gotten recognition from like everybody, basically. But yeah, he's still weird.
We've seen like Cardi and X be like giant mainstream stars, and they're both weird as shit.
I think that this is just a result of the internet and us becoming more alienated as individuals and the way that individual culture is now, where because everyone is able to like build their own little character, they play, I'm a clean girl, I'm a Deftones girl. You're able to pick and choose all these different identities. And so
nobody should choose the Deftones girl ever. Please,
right.
Or the Deftones guy. Do not choose. You can do anything with your life. Do not choose anything even remotely related to Deftones. I'm begging you. I don't know what brand Triss refers to. Last I heard, Activist was like the premium shit. Is that no longer?
I've heard lyrics that are like, I miss those act days. I miss the activist days. So they're really pining for the activists, I guess, in some circles.
The youth are pining for their act.
Okay.
If he didn't mention it, he's straight edge.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Is that why they call you Johnny Straight Edge, or is that just a coincidence?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like artisanal lean is the next thing. Like, the rent's about to go up when, the artisanal taco place goes in or whatever that sells their $12 tacos.
Exactly.
I feel like artisanal lean has to be next.
It's going to be the new IPA.
It's going to have those little cheap metal benches and hanging lights that are exposed. You already know the type of restaurant. So
they give you an iPad with the minimum tip is 25%.
I hope that you've learned today what it means to be Twizzy rich.
It's starting to come together for me, and I appreciate that. I still feel like I don't fully appreciate Yeat as much as I should, but I'm on the path. I'm doing the best I can, and I appreciate that you guys are helping me.
Neopunk FM.